Imagine two friends. Both are 25 years old. Both start with exactly $10,000. Both save diligently. Both work hard. Both avoid debt. Both genuinely want a better future. 30 years later, one retires with over $1 million. The other retires with less than half of that. Neither lost money. Neither got scammed. Neither made reckless decisions. In fact, the person who ended up poorer thought they were being responsible, thought they were being safe, thought they were protecting their future, and that's what makes this story so dangerous. Because the decision that cost them hundreds of thousands of dollars felt completely harmless. Today we're going to talk about one of the most expensive financial mistakes ordinary people make, keeping too much money in savings. Meet Sarah and David. At age 25, both earn $60,000 per year. Both save $500 every month. Both are disciplined. Both want financial freedom. The only difference? Where they put their money. Sarah keeps everything in a savings account. David puts most of his long-term money into broad market index funds. Both believe they're doing the right thing, and honestly, at the beginning, their results look almost identical, which is exactly why so many people never notice the problem. Let's be fair, savings accounts are wonderful. They're simple, they're predictable. You can check your balance every day, nothing dramatic happens, no scary headlines, no market crashes, no red numbers, no stress. You deposit money. The number slowly goes up. Human beings love certainty, which is why many people feel safer keeping all their money in cash. And emotionally, that makes perfect sense. But finance doesn't always reward what feels safe. Now let's talk about inflation. Because inflation is sneaky. Imagine you hide $100 under your mattress. 10 years later, you still have $100. Nothing disappeared. Yet somehow you're poorer. Why? Because prices moved. Your money stayed still. Let's say inflation averages 3%. A basket of groceries costing $100 today cost about $134 in 10 years. Your money didn't shrink. Its purchasing power did. That's the danger. Inflation steals quietly. No alarms, no notifications, no warning messages, just less buying power every year. Let's assume Sarah's savings account earns 2%. David's index fund portfolio averages 8%. Not every year, just over long periods. After 10 years, both contributed $60,000, $500 monthly. Sarah's account, approximately $79,000. David's account, approximately $91,000. Difference, $12,000. Not life-changing. Most people would look at that and say, see, doesn't matter much. And that's where almost everyone gets fooled, because compounding hasn't even started showing off yet. Now, the problem with human psychology is human beings think linearly. Compounding works exponentially. That's why it's hard to understand. Imagine planting bamboo. For years, almost nothing happens. You water it. Wait. Water it. Wait. Still nothing. Then suddenly it explodes upward. Compounding behaves similarly. The beginning is boring. The ending is incredible. Now let's fast forward. Same people, same monthly contribution, same discipline. Age 45, total contribution, $120,000. Sarah's savings account, roughly $150,000. David's index fund portfolio, around $295,000. Pause for a second. They contributed exactly the same amount. David isn't smarter. David doesn't earn more. David isn't a finance genius. The money simply had a different job. One account protected money. The other account grew money. Now let's continue. Age 55, 30 years of consistency. Sarah, around $250,000. David, around $745,000. The gap is now almost $500,000. And remember, neither person did anything extraordinary. No day trading, no cryptocurrency, no stock picking, no financial wizardry. Just consistent contributions. One used a savings account, the other used broad market index funds. Let's make this even more painful. Imagine investing just $5 per day. That's roughly $150 per month. Many people spend more than that on coffee. At 8% annual growth over 40 years, that becomes approximately $500,000, $500,000 from $5 a day. Now imagine wasting 20 years before starting. That same habit may only become $150,000 to $200,000. The cost of waiting isn't obvious until you do the math. At this point, you might wonder, if the difference is so large, why do people stay in savings? 3 reasons: fear, confusion, and headlines. Every time markets fall, people panic. Markets drop 20%. News channels act like civilization is ending. Investors become nervous. Meanwhile, savings accounts never appear scary. But here's the irony. Temporary volatility feels risky. Permanent loss of purchasing power doesn't, even though it can be far more damaging over decades. Let's address the elephant in the room. Markets crash. It happens. Imagine David's portfolio reaches $200,000. Then a recession arrives. Now it's worth $160,000. Painful? Absolutely. But here's what history has repeatedly shown. Markets have recovered from wars, recessions, financial crises, pandemics, political uncertainty, and countless headlines predicting doom. The people who panic often lock in losses. The people who stay invested often recover. That's why long-term investors focus on decades, not months. Let's return to Sarah and David one final time, age 65, 40 years of saving. Sarah's savings account, approximately $400,000. David's index fund portfolio, approximately $1.75 million. Same income, same savings rate, same discipline. Difference, more than $1.3 million. One decision, $1 million. Read that again. One financial decision created a difference larger than most people's lifetime earnings. This is where many videos tell you to move every dollar into investments. Don't. Savings accounts still matter. They have an important job. Emergency funds, short-term goals, unexpected expenses, money you'll need soon. But long-term wealth? Historically, that's where investments have done the heavy lifting. Think of it this way. A savings account is a parking lot. An index fund is a vehicle. Parking lots are useful, but you don't reach your destination by staying parked forever. The biggest lesson from this video isn't that savings accounts are bad. They're not. The lesson is that every financial tool has a purpose. Savings protect money. Investments grow money. The mistake happens when people use one tool for both jobs. Because time is expensive, inflation is relentless, and compounding rewards people who start early. If there's one thing I'd like you to remember from this video, it's this: being safe with your money is important, but being too safe can be surprisingly expensive. The goal isn't to take reckless risks. The goal is to give your money a chance to grow, because one day, you'll either look back and thank yourself for starting early or wish you had. I'm Morgan Vals. Build small, grow strong, live free, and I'll see you in the next video.